Thank you so much for joining us. And on today's discussion, we discuss digital expression. What is digital expression? So today I have Kanso Mlenga to help me unpack what digital expression is. Kanso, welcome to Gen Z Podcast.
Thank you. Happy to be here again.
Again, yes.
Yes.
Thank you so much for joining us. Kanso, I would love us to understand, for my viewers to understand what digital expression is and the difference between digital expression and freedom of expression.
Okay. That's a very good question. So to begin with, digital expression, we'll talk about digital and expression. So expression as it sounds, being able or the ability to express oneself,
Yes.
right? So expression is in many forms. So it can be verbal, okay? Can also be used by way of using gestures. Then if we talk about digital now, that goes with the use of online media or digital platforms. So if we're talking about digital expression, then it means the expression that is done using the online media or digital platforms. So it could be, like I said, expression with words, or the way some people now we see memes. So any form of expression of one expressing oneself. So people express themselves in different forms. Singing, talking, others insulting, or others. So if you just even a middle finger, that's an expression, you're communicating something. So any form of communication using the digital platform or the online media, that is it. A difference between now that you say digital expression and freedom of expression, right? Freedom of expression, now we're talking about the ability or right that people have, right, to be able now to showcase, to communicate, right? So if we are talking about now, if we are now going to deeper in terms of the meaning of freedom of expression,
Yes.
I'd like to go to what the Constitution says, right? So if we're talking about now the Constitution, it explains in detail what freedom of expression means. So it talks about the ability, number one, or being free to receive information. Okay, that's number one. Number two, it talks about having the ability to communicate. So you receive the right or freedom to receive information, also to communicate ideas or impart knowledge. Then the Constitution also says that you have that ability or freedom to do those things without interference. Okay, so I can read just the important parts of what the Constitution says in Article 20. So it explains, says, except with your own consent, you are not to be hindered in the enjoyment of freedom of expression. Then it explains, that is to say, freedom to hold opinions. So you are entitled to hold an opinion without interference. Number two, freedom to receive ideas and information. Again, it says without interference. Freedom to impart and communicate ideas and information without interference. And then it says you have that right to communicate whether to the public generally or to any person or persons. Then it talks about without interference. Yeah, that is very important. So it could be, for example, if we are talking about the state, it's not supposed to prevent or put hurdles for people to be scared to communicate. Okay, even again, person to person, you're not supposed to be interfered in your explanations or expressions. You're not supposed to be gagged. In short, so that is freedom of expression. If we're talking about digital now and the difference, we see that the only difference there is that freedom of expression is general. So expression, it can be offline or online. So the difference there is freedom of expression is general. But if you're talking about digital, now we're being specific. So all those things that we've mentioned here in Article 20, freedom to hold opinions, to receive ideas and information, and to impart and communicate, but doing those things online, using mobile device, could be any of those social media platforms, Twitter, Facebook. So that's the difference. Yes.
So, how then does the law differentiate between the an opinion and false information, or someone's perspective of things?
How the law?
How do they differentiate now between someone's opinion and okay, let me just say someone's opinion and the cyber, what's the right word? I'm looking for the right word. It's not coming. How do I put it?
So an opinion
and what the law would term as maybe harassment
or misinformation.
Yeah. What how do they determine?
So again, if we are being strict with how we look at these terms, if we're talking about an opinion, basically just sort of holding that just to you, saying, for example, my opinion is that this podcast is very educative, informative, okay? And then where I would say, for example, I don't like this laptop or the owner of this institution and things like that, then I go further to say that guy or the owner of this institution, he's very chubby, his head is big and things like that. So then it would go to the intention. The intention. What is your intention? And when you look at how the offenses in the Cyber Crimes Act, for example, have been couched, some of them at least, and other offenses, they look to what is the intention. What is this guy saying? Is he just expressing his mere just opinion over a subject matter, or is his intention
To harm the
just
person.
harass and things like that? So most of the times, courts would look at what was the intention. Did you intend that with your words, people, the general public, should look down on this particular person because you are harassing or, for example, saying all sorts of things? Or was it just an opinion to say the way we see, I'll give an example of what public issue can the way we have a number of, I don't know if they are comedians or just social media commenters, they pick particular issues or whatever would be trending,
Yes.
then they would talk about
about it.
the issues surrounding, could be a video or a song and things like that. Others, they would just more like talk about, you'd hear that, okay, this is an opinion, or what this guy said, or if you, this music or this song. And then others, you'd tell from their comment that here, this is now just attacking this particular person. So it would go to the intention. What is this guy? Yeah, so it's a delicate thing to do, even in the laws, especially this, when we're talking about freedom of expression. There's a thin line.
Yeah.
Where do you begin to say that what you're saying here
Yes.
is not allowed? And remember, this right or freedom of expression is very important,
Yeah.
especially in a democracy. And just by extension, because freedom of expression extends to other rights or freedoms. we talk about freedom of assembly and association,
Yes.
it caters freedom of expression.
Mm.
Even people voting, for example, they are expressing themselves.
Yes.
Yes. So even those who are politicians communicating ideas, others who do checks and balances, communicating. So where now do we draw the line that, yeah, what this guy is saying is insulting, or here he's just giving his opinion, and we respect his opinion, or now here, this is outside here. This guy, this is not just a mere opinion, he's inciting people to commit offenses. So it's delicate. It's not an easy thing, and when you look at the law, there is no clear distinction or definition to say that an opinion is this.
Yes.
What is not an opinion is this. That's why now we have, even in Article 20, we have limitations. The limitations, the Constitution says, for example, it says, a law shall not be said, or an act or authority shall not be said to be inconsistent with what that article says, that you have the freedom to hold opinions and things like that, if it creates anything that is reasonably required in the interest of, for example, public safety. So now look, is it reasonably necessary that we, for example, have a law that says people should not post memes that are humiliating? So it's not an easy thing or straightforward thing.
Okay. So just from what you've said, I'm trying to grasp it. So the intention is what separates where freedom of speech ends and where the cybercrime begins.
Yes, we could say that, because the intention is key, especially if we are talking about offenses, someone being taken to court, prosecuted. The court would look at, there is an element that is important. There is first, for criminal offenses at least, the act. You've done some, okay, I've tweeted something, or I've posted a video, I've said something. Then the other important element is the mental element. What was the intention? Okay, what was your intention when you posted or tweeted? Did you intend to do harm, for example? Did you intend that you just sensitize the public? Okay? But then it's especially looking at this subject, we have the Cyber Crimes Act. Then we also, Cyber Crimes Act provides for offenses, criminal offenses. We also have Defamation Act, which is civil in nature. If you have found to say you defamed this person, the only thing you can do is be told to pay money damages. For the Cyber Crimes Act, there's a provision, because it's criminal, you may pay a fine, or you may be sent to prison, or both. You pay a fine and they send you to prison, depending on the circumstance. Yes. And critics, or even if we talk about people in the international community and other experts on this subject, have said that we are not supposed to criminalize expression, except where the expression is needing, for example, to harm that cannot be contained with civil remedies like paying damages. They cannot send people to prison for expressing themselves. Only where their expression has caused harm that is out of this world.
Okay. So from the digital expressions, there are things like memes that young people love to create, jokes that many people love to crack about anything, anything that did trend. These things, under these laws, are they at risk? of getting into trouble.
Yes, definitely.
Mm.
Definitely. And that's why, this subject is very interesting and tricky at the same time, especially with the specifics of the Cyber Crimes Act and Cyber Security Act. Because what they do is that they create what we call a chilling effect. People being scared to do certain things because they are scared. When I do this, there is this law. People being scared to express themselves, for example, in this particular act, because they're unsure of what will come after saying or posting something. So memes, again, what the Cyber Crimes Act says, if, for example, go to section 22, it says a number of things. So it prohibits harassment, humiliation, among other things. So it says a person shall not use a computer or a computer system. So a computer includes a phone, a laptop, any of those gadgets. So you shall not use a computer system, okay, to disseminate information, statement, or image, knowing the same to be false, that causes damage to the reputation of another person or subjects another person to public ridicule, contempt, hatred, or embarrassment. So just by reading that, so saying using, disseminating an image or a statement, a meme, you get, let's say, a face of the president, HH, then you put a meme, or you use AI, you generate maybe the face of the president, HH, could be dancing or singing. So, in the first place, you know that that is not true. That's false.
Yes.
Okay? And your intention there is just to
make people laugh.
Make people laugh.
Yeah.
Yeah, we all enjoy memes, right? We know that this is not true, but it's just
funny.
Fun.
Yeah.
Yes, we enjoy those things. But what this provision says, okay, if that causes damage to reputation or subjects that person to public ridicule, contempt, or hatred, or embarrassment.
Yeah.
So now how we define embarrassment, contempt. Okay, but the other part for the same section, it says if you do all those things with intent to humiliate or cause. So there's an element, in short, under the Cyber Crimes Act. If you post a meme or a statement with intent, specific intent to humiliate someone, or to cause them to be embarrassed, there's an offense provision for that. You have the intention, you're posting this with the intent that people should do see this person as an embarrassment. Yeah. Then there's also, you just create that for people to laugh. But the person who's involved or linked to that, okay, are humiliated, okay, or they feel, let's say that they are being ridiculed, or it's an embarrassment. Again, the law may approach you, say, here, my friend, this is not allowed. Okay, so you see, you have the intention here that this is what, but then again, on the other hand, you want to make people laugh.
Yeah.
But it's about the other person. Sometimes the provision is both good and bad.
Yeah.
Yeah, because sometimes some of the memes, yes, okay, people laugh, but the other person, we are different. You may think, yeah, okay, making people laugh, but how does the person involved feel about what you're doing? And that's I think that was one of the major motivators for people that decided to say, let us come up with cyber laws away from online scams. This is also one of the issue. Yes. So there's the online scams. This is online harassment, if you like.
I think what you've said, I can actually relate it to what was happening, I think, last month, if not the other month, of the guy Bajo was 02, now for kuru, something like that.
Which
I don't know if you saw.
No, I don't think I did.
I think it was there. I think many people made memes, people are making videos about it.
Yeah.
And there's now yeah, something like that. People, it was fire on Facebook and TikTok. And then I just saw something that if people continue making memes out of that, they were going to be arrested because they are actually bullying that person.
Yeah, you see, we laugh, we enjoy, but what about that person?
Because it was like, but what do they mean? That thing was funny. Okay.
So now you see, I'll give an example of some of the videos that were trending. Is it this year or last year? Yes. Even though what was portrayed, people were committing offenses and offense. Others have been creating memes.
Yes.
Yes, even creating, what do you guys call, the voice-over videos. You get a cartoon.
Yeah.
People create all those. We laugh.
Yes.
But then, if the person behind you, the people are mentioning, if they feel like that is an embarrassment, the law again visits. Yeah, so it's both good and bad. Yes.
Okay. There's also this thing that is very, very common with young people right now. Like if they see something and they want to comment about it, they'll just say, I don't have a lawyer. I don't have a lawyer. I don't have a lawyer. Do you think these laws are making young people to be scared to speak up online?
Yes, that's a short answer. Yes, not just young people, but
everybody.
Yeah, generally people that have heard about cyber laws. People, either they say that I don't have a lawyer, or they just say cyber. There's cyber now. And that's not how it used to be. Okay, people are scared to talk because they know that the cyber laws, and sometimes people speak out of ignorance. They don't know what specifically the cyber laws provide for. Maybe because they've heard people say, or they've seen in the media that these cyber laws are bad. If you say anything, if you comment, if you criticize anyone, you may be arrested. And partly that's true. That's correct. There are provisions you're not supposed to share anything, even details of an investigation, for example. So I'd like to give an example. If you were being investigated by, say, police or any defense or law enforcement wing, then you have, say, a call out. It is against the Cyber Crimes Act to share that. You've been summoned, a call out, you post. You'll be asked, what justification do you have posting? Even though the law says without justification, for example, you could say, I was seeking sympathy. Perhaps by my posting, maybe I would have gotten a lawyer or people to
come and help.
Yes. But then the law says you're not supposed to do that. My thinking is that provision came in the past before the 2025 cyber laws. We would see, especially politicians, you are summoned by police, you post a call out. When going to the police, you have you have a lot of people running behind you.
Yeah.
So I think partly that. Other reasons, I'm not sure. But some of the provisions do not make sense when you weigh them against what the Constitution says and what freedom of expression is supposed to be about. Like what you're saying, people are scared to talk. sometimes even when you know that you have a reason to speak, to offer your opinion, remember the law says you are entitled to an opinion. Okay, but because of these people, they prefer not to speak because they know that if here I may be arrested, I may be reported, and people may even abuse this law. People, let's say there's an issue involving, could be a public figure and things like that. People would want to comment.
Yes.
But that public figure or a person, if he is connected, maybe even abuse the law to involve the police to harass people who are abusing or commenting about the issue. And that to me is very unfortunate.
Yeah.
Again, when you look at some of people that comment on these issues, the way they comment on these issues is not to somehow maybe sensitize other people, to maybe help them. Others, they try to make a name, if you like, out of a particular situation. Yeah, maybe talking down of whoever is involved. If someone is facing a tragedy, others will start spreading that, making a name, commenting negative. But then sometimes we forget that we are dealing with people, human beings. Okay, if a person is down, you know, you're not supposed to kick that person while they are down.
Yeah. So so now who gets to decide what content is harmful, and is it the law or it's the people?
So it is, people make laws. The way it is, the Constitution says Parliament or the legislature makes laws, but they get that authority from the people. And whenever there is time to make a law, starting with the Constitution or even these acts, people usually are involved, make submissions. What do you think? So it's the people. But then, anyway, it's the people, but it's not everyone who is involved. Because sometimes we have these laws, for example, a number of stakeholders were saying this provision, that provision, and that other provision are not okay. Then others also, majority from the government, were saying, no, these laws are okay. So it's the people, in short, that determine or decide what is an offense or what is not an offense. But the one who decides the guilt or innocence of a person is the court. So again, whenever someone is arrested, it's not the job of the police to determine the guilt or innocence of a person. That's why there are responsibilities for different institutions. So the police will just arrest if there is a justifiable cause, investigate, and then the case will go to court. Again, at court, people will say what they want then to be up to the judge or magistrate to say, okay, I've heard what you guys are saying, ABCD, but the law we have here says for this offense to be said to have been committed, there has to be the A and B. But there's only A, so this person did not commit an offense. But the danger we have with that is that when we make laws that are like broad, let's say the way we define harassment, if it is broad, if you take that law before a magistrate or a judge, a magistrate would not look beyond what is written. So if the laws we have are bad, even the outcomes, even what the courts will be giving us in terms of judgments or decisions will be bad. So it starts with the law. So for example, if you just say, if you delete a file on a laptop, Yeah,
But what did I delete?
exactly.
Information is
Or
important.
there's a provision in there, should be section 19.
Yes.
It prohibits anonymity, if you
Mhm.
like. Okay,
Mhm.
so those who have accounts on Facebook or Twitter, but the details there are for other people. Let's say you've put a face for someone else, let's say the vice president or even HH,
Mhm.
then you even put his name. Or for the first lady, you put Mutinta Hichinema.
Mhm.
But it's not
It's
the
not
first
them.
lady.
Yeah.
That's an offense.
Mhm.
Okay?
Mhm.
But if you did that, you've just done that, you have that account. The law says that's an offense.
Mhm.
But strictly speaking, if we start to interrogate again, for us at Chapter 1, for Chapter 1 Foundation, and this is what we were saying when we were challenging these laws, we have to go beyond. These are criminal offenses.
Mhm.
You have to go beyond. Okay, this person created this account. What did they do with it?
Yeah.
What harm was suffered
Mm.
after this person created that account?
Yeah.
Did they solicit for money from
From
relatives
people.
or foreign officials saying, I am the first lady or I am the president, ABCD?
Yeah.
If you say, okay, there was harm that resulted, okay, well and good.
Mm.
And the penalty, yes, there we agree should be ABCD. But just by having that account.
Account created. Yeah.
So you see, if the law is saying if you create just that,
Mm.
the law is not saying if you create that and there is harm.
Mhm.
So the law does not go to say if you create and there is harm. Just say if you have anonymity, there is anonymity.
Oh wow.
So even the judge or magistrate will just okay, the element of this particular offense does not require me to look at whether there was harm.
Mm.
The court maybe, for example, may look at okay, in sentencing or giving a sentence, whether this person will pay a fine, how much will be involved, or to send this person to prison for 2 months or 3 months. Okay, here there was no harm. But the point is, the offense ties the court. Say, okay, here there is nothing I can do.
Yeah.
But that issue of, that's why we're talking about intention. It's very important.
Mm.
So you have that for fun. And it's for fun.
Yes.
We don't want to be a nation where we are just awasheta, as people say. This is fun sometimes.
Yes.
How these
Yeah.
people make us laugh.
Yeah.
But then the point is not to go beyond. The intention is not to make other people feel humiliated or embarrassed. But yeah.
Okay, so we're going into an election year. We are in an election year this year. What are some of the things that young people should avoid, or just any individual, not just young people, they should avoid doing as we head to 2026, from your perspective and from what we've read in the act?
Okay, I would say that people generally should avoid not being interested in any issue that will affect them now and in the future. So again, you've seen, we're talking about these laws. They have that chilling effect, people being scared to talk. That is dangerous.
Yes.
Democracy is about people talking,
Yes.
sharing ideas. So people should avoid not contributing, not talking. Okay? They should come out. And there is a difference, like we've said, between meaningful dialogue, expression, or checks and balances, and then just being a nuisance, insulting,
Yes.
making other people feel irritated, just causing confusion online.
Yes.
So people should avoid being scared or intimidated by the law.
The law. Yeah.
The law is for the people. The people, we make laws. Okay? And if we are not comfortable, we have the right to go to court or to even petition Parliament to say, can we make sure that we amend this law? But it would be dangerous for people to stop talking
Yeah.
because of a fear that if I speak,
Yeah.
cyber laws.
Will
I
come
don't
from
have
me.
a
You
lawyer.
don't have a lawyer.
The most important, again, is to continue speaking. These young people, if we started just talking about, for example, this Cyber Crimes Act, we just make a mission to say, okay, let's make sure we understand what this particular law says. As young people, we say, okay, we'll call someone from the judiciary. We call someone from Zambia police, or just influencers, or even someone from the legislature. I know courts are not supposed to speculate or imagine how they would decide a case.
Yes.
But just talking about some of these provisions, okay, if the way it is, I'm talking to the police, right? The way this provision is, would I be in trouble if or would young people be in trouble if they? Do you think that the way this law is has potential to infringe upon people's rights? And again, I'll tell you, the Constitution is the supreme law of the land. The Bill of Rights that we have, the Constitution says that if you feel that any of your rights, the rights that we have in the Constitution, and freedoms, freedom of expression, association, assembly, privacy, if you feel that they have been violated by any law or any act, or if you feel that they are likely to be violated, you can petition the High Court. So not just that they have been violated, but they are likely. So now talking about these laws, the way this is couched, if we talk about a provision that prohibits anonymity without any resulting harm, do you think there is potential that the right to freedom of expression, for example, may be violated?
Yes.
Again, just it's not that they have been, but that's potential likelihood. So having those conversations would even help people understand the nature of the laws that we have, so that in future they are involved. If we are not involved, we will get a law like a Cyber Crimes Act. And people nowadays, especially young people, they want to talk. They like to talk.
Very vocal.
Yeah. So if we have such, then we are.
Yeah.
The way
we are limited.
Yes, the way we are growing up, we were growing up, is different from how young people are growing up now. Yes, there is need to educate young people to say there's a difference between expression, how you're supposed to respect elders and what you talk about. But then again, people should not be scared to speak in the same manner that people in the old days were scared to speak. Even though you know that your opinion is valid, but just because there are adults involved, people were not required to speak out of respect. And there is that culture, but then we should not, if we are trying to ensure that we teach or educate people in terms of how to be respectful, we should be clear enough. It should not come out that we do not want people to speak altogether. It's important that we have people who are free to speak. This is where, remember, we are coming from as Africans, the history. Only a few people were able to speak. Those who were imprisoned, the Nelson Mandelas, the Kaundas. Imagine if majority of people would be able to speak. Things would have been different. But now we have young people. We need to let them be free.
And
be free to talk, but just tell them these are the parameters, but please feel free to talk. Don't be scared to talk.
The fear there, from what you've explained, is how do I know that I'm expressing myself? This is my freedom of speech, and this is actually a cyber crime that I'm doing. That's the fear, how to differentiate. And even when somebody feels like I'm actually committing a crime, how then do I defend myself using the Constitution? It's very complicated for for a young person to actually understand. How do I defend myself? Where do
Yeah.
I say this is my freedom of speech? This is what?
Yeah, that's why for me it's very important that we have extensive civic education,
Mm.
not just the basics. How many arms of government do we have? Who is the head of the judiciary? People should begin to understand this. You will know, understand. You have basic understanding of the Constitution, for example. The cyber crimes, because they're at the center of everything. Expression, people being free to express themselves, even in institutions of learning.
Mm.
So we should make sure that people understand, what does this law entail? What is the implication? What does it do? What does the Constitution say? And by extension, for lawyers and just people in general, going to court, because freedom of expression is very important. We ask the court, we have this Constitution, freedom of
Yes.
expression, it says this. But then there is this law. We are scared to speak. Are we right to be scared to speak?
Yeah.
Judge, can you tell us?
Yes, yeah.
Then the court will say, yes, in fact you are. Because what this law does is that it says anything that you may say may be arrested. And sometimes some of these, you may even know that, okay, here the Constitution, what it says is superior to what is in the Act. But by the time that you may have that right, for example, or by the time that the court will have an opportunity to say that, no, here you have the right. You may have entered cells. You may have been harassed by the police and things like
Yes.
that.
Yeah.
So, yeah, again, we should not be scared to have a conversation or to just comment on issues.
On issues.
Yeah.
So, Council, in summary, this law, what are the pros and cons of it?
The pros for this law is firstly that it provides for the prosecution of crimes that are committed online. Previously, it used to be difficult, especially if you're talking about online scams,
Yeah.
cyber online harassment. So it provides for those offenses. Yeah. But again, the catch is that despite having this law, if we're talking about scams, for example, people still get scammed.
Yes.
We still receive those messages from those scammers, and nothing is being done, at least. Sometimes, in fact, Zicta would tell you, for example, we are unable to trace, let's say, transactions. There are those transactions where they create a code and things like that.
Yes.
There's nothing they can do. So that, yes, it has more cons than pros. This law. Firstly, it has broad definitions. Remember, this is a law
Yes.
that provides for criminal offenses.
Yes, yeah.
So the definitions of those offenses are broad, such that, and this is where that fear
Comes in.
for people comes in to say, oh, cyber laws, I don't have a lawyer. Which means anything could be an offense. It's broad. Anything. So it says if you say delete something, or you monitor
You make a meme.
monitor a computer system of another person, commit an offense.
If I monitor
Yes. It's in the act.
a computer for another person, that's a
Yes. So again, that's where the question comes in. You monitor, then what? What resulted from? Did you steal data of another person? What did you do after you monitored?
Yes, yeah.
Or you looked at a computer of another person? Let me use this. This is Section 3. A
Mm.
person shall not intentionally and without lawful authority or in excess of authority infringe any security measure, access, or monitor a computer system or any part of a computer system of another person. It ends there.
Wow.
The penalties then says of a term of up to 5 years or a fine of not exceeding 500,000 penalty units. And again, that's what we were saying.
Who's going to pay 5?
So for you to know the amount, so the units you multiply by 0.40.
0.40.
Yes. So again, that's what we were saying. So you monitor, then what? Did you steal? Did you sell? So what we're saying, this provision should go beyond. So broad definitions, okay?
You said 500,000?
500,000 penalty units, yes. Should be, is it 20,000 kwacha or something?
Mm.
How much is it? So you multiply by 0.40.
Okay.
Yeah.
0.
Yeah, about 200,000. Ooh, no.
0.40. Hmm?
It's 200,000 kwacha.
Yeah.
Oh, yes.
Wow.
Yeah, up to that amount. So you monitor.
Just
then what?
monitoring.
Yes. So without
it doesn't
lawful
say
authority.
to say. So there's actually a difference between spying to get information or monitoring to get information,
Exactly.
and you just looking at someone's laptop.
Yes, without lawful authority. So if I came there, I monitored, committing an offense. But that's what I say. It should go beyond. You're spying, for example. You have the intention to sell that information. And that's the point I was making about judges and magistrates. They would not go beyond what is written here to say, okay, your intention was ABCD, so you did not commit an offense. No, the law says monitoring without lawful authority. Those are some of the concerns. Again, broad or wide discretionary power for law enforcement officers. Okay, so you see, the law allows for a law enforcement officer to extend. So if he came to, he has suspicion that committing an offense using this laptop, he can extend the search to your laptop or your gadgets without getting a further order from court or a warrant. Okay, and some of the access or confiscation will be based on reasonable suspicion, based on how the officer feels. Yes.
It's
again,
my property, though.
yeah.
Invasion
Again,
of-
we've not done. We know that there are a number of cyber offenses. Many young people, children are at risk. Many people target young ones. And what we've not done with the laws is that we've not sensitized people, the public, about even cyber crimes, even about the offenses that we have in these acts. We've not done that. What we've done is criminalize, but we've not gone further to talk to people. These laws, for example, are important because of ABCD. You can protect yourself by ABCD. You do ABCD. Again, the penalties, the downside, cons. The penalties are disproportionate in relation to the conduct or acts that are criminalized. So like that, monitoring, just monitor, up to 5 years or 200,000. Again, we're talking about expression here.
Yeah.
There's an offense of cyber terrorism. Thing.
Okay.
Yes, it
Help us
carries a
understand.
penalty of life in prison. Includes And this, for me, I think is for politicians.
Cyber terrorism.
Yeah. So, Section 24, a person commits an offense if that person uses a computer system. So, A is inciting, urge, or train person to commit an act of terrorism. C says a person commits an offense if that person uses a computer system to encourage, entice, induce, or motivate any person in the Republic. No, it's not that one. It's B. To incite or attempt to incite ethnic divisions among the people of the Republic. So a person commits an offense. That person uses a computer system to incite or attempt to incite ethnic divisions among the people. Again, that is not defined. So those politicians who are in the habit of saying, don't vote for Bembas, vote for HH, because you create divisions, or make sure you vote for your people. If you are Bemba, you vote for Bembas. If you are from Southern Province, they say, make sure you don't vote for Bembas or Easterners, because they will forget you. That is life imprisonment. Yes. So again, if you incite or you attempt to incite ethnic divisions, but again it would go, what is ethnic division? What were you trying to do? But then say, you are trying to divide the people here. You saying they should vote for their own, it means you are trying to divide. The Bembas on Kaondes.
Decide.
Life. But then again, the danger. Politicians also will be scared to speak.
Yes.
And we've seen politicians who say this, who arrest you. This is not how it used to be.
I think it goes...
this is not you remember, I don't know if you can remember campaigns, Michael Sata, then Upia Banda, even Nevi Mwanawasa, and going back to Chiluba. For me, my view is that these same ethnic divisions, they are more about politicians. We ordinary citizens, we don't care. We don't care about this. And in fact, it's these guys, politicians, who even bring these issues tonight. For us, we're not concerned about this. So they've done more harm than good. For us, we don't care.
Because I think that was the case. People would stop marrying people from the south and east and whatever.
You tell those, Bembas are difficult. Kaonde this and that. But
it's just a person.
Yeah, so that's the point with this cyber legislation.
Great.
Otherwise, there's a thin line where you say, okay, here, what I'm doing here is just an opinion and not committing an offense.
Great. We've run out of time, but I wanted you to explain about hate speech.
Okay. We can. I'm sure we can meet again.
Yes. If people have questions.
Okay.
Thank you so much for making time to be with us. Despite your busy schedule, you made it.
I made it. Yes.
No, we do appreciate that, guys. You see? So you guys need to be watching these episodes. You guys need to be learning. Thank you so much, Kanso, for coming through.
Thank you so much. Enjoy the rest of the evening.
Thank you. You too.
Thank you.
Thank you so much, guys. See you in the next episode. Please do make sure that if you have any questions, you comment, because we want to know if you guys are learning or if you guys have any questions. Please do comment in the comment section and let's see what we can do about them, because this conversation, guys, does not end here. It has to continue. Thank you so much and see you in our next episode.